Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it funny? The way they thought they could break someone who's already been through the fire. They thought they'd be the one to push you over the edge to bring you down, to make you crumble under the weight of their expectations, their cruelty, their judgments. It's almost laughable when you think about it, because they didn't understand the most fundamental truth about you. You have been through hell. You have walked through darkness that most people can only imagine in their worst nightmares, and survived when many would have shattered. And now, they think their words or actions could do what the flames of your past couldn't do. What a joke. They have no idea what you've been through, because they've never had to endure the kind of pain that reshapes a person's soul. They've never had to stare at their broken reflection in the mirror and wonder how they would survive another day. They don't know what it's like to crawl through the storm, clutching onto the smallest shred of hope that maybe, just maybe, there's a way out. They have no understanding of the strength it takes to rise from the ashes of your own destruction and keep walking when the world tells you to fall. And yet here they are, thinking their petty insults, their empty threats, their cruel actions could break you. But they've made a grave mistake. They've underestimated the power of someone who has been tested by the fires of life, someone who has seen the worst and not only survived but emerged stronger from it. Because when you've been through hell and come out the other side, you realize something crucial. There's nothing left that can touch you. Nothing they say, nothing they do can break you anymore. You are unbreakable because you've already been shattered into 1,000 pieces and you're still standing. They may think they can destroy you by playing with your vulnerabilities, but they don't understand that every scar you carry tells a story of survival. Every wound, every bruise you've endured has been a lesson in resilience. They don't know that the pain they think they can inflict is nothing compared to the hell you've already survived. What could they possibly do that hasn't already been done to you by life itself? What could they say that would hurt more than the words you've already whispered to yourself in the dark moments when you were at your lowest? They don't understand what it means to have your heart broken over and over by betrayal and loss, to watch everything you loved slip away, to feel the crushing weight of disappointment and hopelessness. But you do. You know what it's like to fight when it feels like the whole world is against you, to claw your way out of the pit of despair, even when you had nothing left to give. They haven't lived the life you've lived. They don't know the cost of every step you've taken to get here, to this moment of quiet strength that they somehow misread as weakness. But that's the thing, isn't it? People who haven't suffered often mistake your silence for surrender. They think that just because you're no longer screaming out in pain that you've been defeated. But you know better. You've learned that true strength is silent. True strength is not the loud roar of defiance, but the quiet persistence of the soul that refuses to bow down no matter how many times it has been struck. They don't know that every time you've been knocked down, you've gotten back up. And each time you've risen, you've grown more invincible. They can't comprehend the power you hold inside of you because they haven't walked through the darkness with you. They haven't watched as you pulled yourself out of the rubble, time and time again. They don't understand that with each new battle you face, you only become more relentless, more determined, more unyielding. You are a force that cannot be contained because you've been forged in the harshest of fires and emerged with a soul that is unbreakable. They may have tried to wound you with their words, their actions, their betrayals, but they will never understand the depth of your strength because they haven't walked in your shoes. They haven't felt the sting of rejection, the weight of abandonment, the agony of watching everything you love slip away from you. They haven't seen the depths of despair that you've been through, and they certainly haven't witnessed the sheer force of will it takes to rise from the ashes and keep going. And yet, They think they can break you with their petty little games, their meaningless attempts to tear you down. It's almost laughable, isn't it? They have no idea who they're dealing with. They think they can break you with their words, their gossip, their judgments, but they don't know that you've been broken before and survived. They don't know that every scar you carry is a testament to your strength. They don't know that every bruise, every wound, every betrayal only made you stronger. So let them try. Let them throw their stones. Let them attempt to push you down because you know something they don't. They can never shatter someone who has already been shattered and rebuilt stronger than before. They can never defeat someone who has already faced the worst and refused to be defeated. They can never break someone who has already been through hell and come back standing tall, with fire in their eyes and determination in their soul. You are not the fragile thing they think you are. You are not the person they can break with a few cruel words or actions. You are a survivor. You are a warrior. You are someone who has faced the darkness and come out the other side stronger than anyone could ever imagine. And no matter how hard they try, no matter how much they push you, no matter how many times they try to break you, they will never succeed. Because you have already been through hell and come back stronger. So don't let them fool you into thinking they can break you. Don't let their attempts to tear you down make you question your strength. You've already proven who you are. You've already shown the world what you're made of. They may try to bring you down, but in the end, they will realize that they're only strengthening you more. Every word they say, every action they take only adds fuel to your fire. And when they finally understand that they've been poking the wrong beast, they'll wish they never tried. But it's too late now. You've already won. You've already come out the other side. You've already proven that nothing can break you. So let them try. Let them throw their punches. Let them attempt to tear you down. Because at the end of the day, they'll realize that they were just playing with fire. And fire doesn't break. It burns brighter. You've been through hell. You've faced the worst that life had to offer. And you're still here. And because of that, you are invincible. You are unstoppable. And no one, no matter how hard they try, can ever break you. So keep walking with your head held high and let them watch as you rise again and again and again, because they will never be able to shatter someone who's already been through hell and come back stronger. What they don't understand is that each of those battles that were meant to bring you down, each of those moments that were supposed to break you, instead hardened you, honed your spirit, and built a resilience in you that no one can touch. They believe they can defeat you, but they don't realize that you are the living embodiment of survival. You've seen the darkest places that life could take you, and instead of being consumed, you rose from it, like a phoenix from its own ashes, more powerful, more intense than ever before. You didn't just survive the flames, you mastered them. The heat, the pain, the suffocating smoke, they were all tests, but you never gave in. You learned how to walk through fire without flinching, and now, when they try to throw their weak attempts at your spirit, you hardly notice. Do you hear their whispers? Do you feel their judgment? Do you notice their attempts to break you? Number. Because your foundation is built on the hard-earned strength of a soul that has been through the crucible and survived. You can't be touched by their petty little attempts because they don't know how deep your strength runs. They thought they could break you by testing your limits, by poking at your insecurities, by throwing their daggers of doubt and shame. They thought that by reminding you of past failures, of weaknesses you've already overcome, they could wear you down, make you feel small, make you question your worth. But here's the truth. They don't know that everything they try to do is just another chapter in your story of triumph. They will never understand that every blow they attempt only fuels your fire even more. Every time they hit, you grow, you rise higher, you become more powerful. Their actions are insignificant against the backdrop of everything you've already weathered. The thing they don't realize is that the pain you've experienced, the agony of loss, the disappointment of betrayal, the crushing weight of despair didn't destroy you. It transformed you. Every scar, every crack in your heart is evidence of the battles you fought and won. They think they can inflict more harm by digging into those wounds, but what they don't know is that those scars have already healed. They have already become part of your strength. The more they try, the stronger you become. You are no longer the person you once were, fragile and uncertain. You are the culmination of everything you've endured, forged by it, perfected by it. You are a living testament to the power of resilience, and that's something they will never break. They think they know what you're made of. They see you standing tall, quiet, and strong, and assume you're weak, that you're hiding behind a mask. But what they don't realize is that your silence is your strength. Your calmness is your power. You are not a person who needs to shout to prove anything. You've already proven everything you need to. You've already stood face to face with your demons and walked away from them. So when they attempt to rattle your cage, when they throw their accusations, their insults, their mockery, you stand still, unmoving. They can't fathom how you can endure this, how you can stay unshaken in the face of it all. But you know why you stand firm. You know that their words, their actions, their attempts at breaking, you don't even come close to the magnitude of what you've already overcome. They think they're the storm that will knock you off course, but in reality, they are nothing more than a breeze in the face of your unshakable will. They can scream, they can shout, they can try to break you down, but they are nothing compared to the hurricane you've already survived. The devastation they wish to inflict on you is nothing new. You have already faced destruction and emerged from it. You have already stared into the abyss and walked away. Their efforts are futile, but here's the key. They will never stop, because they don't understand. They will never understand what it's like to have nothing left to give and still keep going. They will never understand the grit it takes to survive the things you've survived. They will never understand the kind of determination that can rise from the ashes of everything lost and build something even stronger, something even more powerful. They can't know that because they've never been tested in the way you have. They've never had to dig so deep within themselves to find the strength to rise again, to find the courage to face another day. They haven't been through what you've been through, and they can't see the fire inside you that continues to burn brighter with each challenge you face. But don't make the mistake of thinking that they won't try to break you again. They will. That's just the nature of people who are too small to understand your power. They will continue to try to tear you down, to convince you that you're not enough, that you're broken, that you're not worthy. They'll do it in ways that seem subtle, through undermining comments, through gaslighting, through the quiet but constant erosion of your confidence. But every time they try, remember this: you are not the person they think you are. You are not the fragile thing they believe you to be. You are a warrior, and a warrior isn't defined by how many times they fall, but by how many times they rise. And you have risen more times than they will ever know. You've conquered more battles than they could even imagine. You've walked through the storms, and not only have you survived, you have become the storm. You have become the fire that consumes everything in its path. You have become the embodiment of power and resilience, and no amount of their mockery can diminish that. You are the storm they never saw coming, and when it hits, they will be left standing in the wreckage, watching as you soar higher than ever before. They think they can defeat you by breaking you, but they can't. You are not the same person who was once defeated, not the same person who was once crushed under the weight of despair. You are the one who came out of the darkness and into the light. You are the one who stared death in the face and chose to live. And they will never understand that kind of strength, that kind of resilience. They will never understand the fire that burns within you, the fire that refuses to die, the fire that only grows stronger every time they try to extinguish it. So let them try, let them throw their stones, let them attempt to break you, because they will never win. They will never break someone who has already been through hell and come back stronger. And every time they think they have you cornered, every time they think they found your weakness, they will only find more strength, more determination, more power. You are unbreakable, unstoppable, and no matter how many times they try to tear you down, you will always rise higher. And when they finally realize that they can't break you, that their efforts have only made you more formidable, they will be left standing in the wreckage of their own delusions. They will realize that they were never the ones in control, that they were never the ones who had the power, because the power was always in your hands and they were just too blind to see it. They thought they could shatter you, but they were the ones who were shattered in the end. And you just kept going, just kept rising, just kept becoming stronger. And in the end, that's all that matters, because you've already been through hell and come back stronger. And nothing they do will ever change that. They can try all they want, throw their words and actions like stones, but every single attempt will bounce off the unbreakable shell you've built, forged through years of surviving pain and loss. They don't realize that every effort they make to tear you down only strengthens you further. Each comment, each attempt at belittling you, each betrayal is just another layer of armor being forged around your heart and soul. They can't see it, but you can feel it. The shield of resilience you've constructed over time, the unshakable foundation that holds you steady, no matter how hard the world pushes against you. They may think that by poking at your past, by whispering doubts into your ear, they can shake the confidence you've built through blood, sweat, and tears. They may think they can remind you of every mistake you've ever made, every failure you've ever known, and use those memories against you. They don't understand the depth of what they're dealing with, because they've never had to scrape their way from the bottom, clawing at the dirt just to survive. They've never had to fight for every breath, for every step forward. They don't understand that you are not the same person who was once broken, not the same person who used to listen to their whispers and believe them. You've outgrown those wounds. You've transcended them. They see only a surface, a shell of who you are now, but they don't understand the depths of what's inside. They think your silence means weakness. They think your calm demeanor means you've surrendered, that you're afraid to fight back, but they have it all wrong. You're not fighting back because you've already won the war. You don't need to waste energy on petty battles anymore. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone, especially not to people who have no understanding of what it means to truly struggle, truly suffer, and truly rise again. The truth is, they are nothing in comparison to the battles you've already faced. Nothing they can say or do will ever come close to the torment you've survived. They might think they can add more weight to the burdens you've already carried, but they fail to realize that you've already carried the world on your shoulders and kept walking. You've already seen the worst the world had to offer, and you're still standing, still breathing, still fighting. They are insignificant compared to the storms you've weathered. Their words are as empty as their understanding of your strength. You've seen things, felt things, experienced things that have shaped you into someone they could never imagine. You've lost and you've found. You've cried until you had no more tears, only to rise up again, stronger, more determined. You've stared at the wreckage of your dreams, the devastation of your hopes, and you didn't let it destroy you. Instead, you took the rubble and built something new, something stronger, something better. Each loss was a lesson. Each heartbreak, a reminder that you are capable of withstanding even the harshest storms. And now, when they think they can knock you down, they don't realize that you've already been knocked down so many times that you've learned to thrive in the darkness. You've learned to flourish in the places where others would die. It's not that you don't feel pain. You do. You feel it deeply. But you have learned to turn that pain into power, that power into resilience, that resilience into strength. What they don't understand is that every time they try to break you, every time they think they can hurt you, they are only feeding the fire within you. They are adding fuel to a fire that cannot be extinguished, a fire that only grows brighter the harder they push against it. You don't need to fight them because the power is already inside you. The strength is already there, built over years of enduring the unimaginable and coming out the other side not just intact, but stronger. They can throw everything they want at you, but it will never be enough. They will never be able to do what life itself couldn't do. And life tried. Life tried to break you in ways they can't even comprehend. It tried to take you to the edge of despair and leave you there. It tried to show you every reason why you shouldn't keep going. It tried to show you how small you are, how insignificant you are in the grand scheme of things. It threw pain, loss, and suffering your way, hoping you would give in, hoping you would bend, hoping you would break. But you didn't. You stood tall, even when everything around you crumbled. You kept walking even when it felt like the ground beneath you was eroding. They don't understand that kind of strength. They don't understand that you are not the same person you once were. They think they know you, but they don't. They think they can break you, but they can't. You've already been broken, and that's what makes you unbreakable now. You've already been to the depths of hell and crawled your way back. What they offer you is nothing compared to what you've already faced. And that's what they don't get. They are not your equals. They are nothing but distractions in the path you've already chosen to walk. They can throw their stones. They can speak their venom. But you will not flinch. You will not bend. You will not break. They will keep trying, keep throwing their punches. But every time they do, they'll only find that you're stronger, more solid, more relentless than ever before. Because you are not who you used to be. You are someone who has been forged in fire, who has fought through darkness and emerged into light. Someone who knows what it's like to fight for their life and win. And no one will ever have the power to take that from you. Every moment of pain, every moment of suffering, every moment where you felt like giving up was an opportunity for growth. You didn't just survive that pain, you learned from it. You became better, wiser, more powerful. Every scar you carry is a testament to your strength, to your resilience. It is proof that nothing, no matter how terrible, can defeat you. And that's something they will never understand. So let them try. Let them think they can break you. Let them believe they have the power to shatter you. Because they don't. The only thing they are doing is helping you grow stronger, helping you become the person you are meant to be. The more they push, the more you will rise. The more they try to tear you down, the higher you will soar. You will leave them in the dust as they watch you reach heights they never thought possible. Because you are not the person they think you are. You are not fragile. You are not weak. You are a force of nature, unmovable, unstoppable. And when they finally understand, when they finally realize that they can never break you, they will be left with nothing. Nothing but the bitter knowledge that they were wrong. They thought they could break you, but all they've done is made you stronger. And in the end, that's what will matter. The scars they thought they could create will only be another badge of honor, another reminder that you've already survived what they could never understand. They will try to shatter you, but they will fail. You are unshakable, unbreakable, and unbowed. You've been through hell and come back stronger, and nothing can change that. In the end, they will realize what they never understood. You cannot be broken because you have already been through the worst and come out stronger. Every attempt to tear you down only fuels your fire, making you more unshakable, more relentless. They will try, but they will fail. You are not the person they think you are. You are a survivor, a warrior, and nothing they do will ever change that. You have already conquered hell, and you are unstoppable.